Nets Media Day was today, and we got a lot of sound bites from the two newest stars in Brooklyn. But did Kyrie take a jab at the Warriors? What's going on, Fumble fam? It's your boy Chris, but you can also find me over on my YouTube channel, CK2K. But make sure you subscribe right here, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like this video. Now, today was the day people were waiting for, Media Day. First up was the Brooklyn Nets, and the main attraction was the new guys, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and boy, did they have some things to say. Kyrie Irving was the first one up between the two stars, and as you'd expect, he was getting all kinds of questions. The one question that stood out was his thoughts on KD's Achilles injury, and Kyrie had a lot to say about that subject. Kyrie said a lot of people are responsible for KD tearing his Achilles, and he was rushed back for the NBA Finals to sell a product.
A lot of people have responsibilities for why that ended up happening the way it happened on a national scale. We all know K was not ready to play in that environment. We all know that, whether people want to admit it or not. He was out 31 days, and we put him on a national stage on the finals to end up selling a product.
But don't worry, KD. Kyrie is here to protect you and make sure that nothing like this will happen ever again.
That came before the person Kevin, and now I'm here to protect that. I'm going to be a protector of that all throughout the year and not allowing anyone to infiltrate that circle of, hey, K, do you, get right, we'll be fine.
I don't know, man. Like, I get what he wants to say, but it's just not coming out that way, Kyrie. I don't know if you understand that. We all remember the situation in the finals, and at the end of the day, KD should not have played as soon as he did. As far as when he returns from his current injury, he says that will be his decision when he's ready to return. After a report earlier this week that KD could possibly return to the court this season, KD made it known that if the media is hearing it from GM Sean Marks, then they're really actually hearing it from him.
I mean, me and Sean have been in contact since day one, so if he says it, then it came from me. We came together and made sure that was a message. So, yeah, I mean, anytime he comes up here and says something, you don't have to ask me right after him because I'm going to say the same thing.
Back to Kyrie. He finally explained the reason behind him deciding to leave Boston to play in Brooklyn over the summer, and it seemed to have had a few factors involved. He claims one of the main driving forces that led to him slowly going from wanting to re-sign with Boston to then knowing he wanted to leave for Brooklyn was the passing of his grandfather. He said after his grandfather passed in October, basketball was the furthest thing from his mind, and that he didn't allow anyone to get close to him as he went through the really hard time. He says with him dealing with his emotions around his grandfather's death and also having to deal with the pressures of leading the Boston Celtics after a successful season weighed on him and made it difficult to be the leader he wanted to be, and that he believes he ultimately failed those guys.
Throughout that year, it just became rocky, and a lot of the battles that I thought I could battle through in the team environment, I just wasn't ready for. And I failed those guys in a sense that I didn't give them everything that I could have during that season, especially with the amount of pieces that we had. So
I understand what he meant as far as being there emotionally, but I'm still missing the part that made him want to leave Boston for Brooklyn. I feel like he's leaving something out, but what he didn't leave out was that he said he was the reason that KD and DJ decided to go to Brooklyn. Well, KD wasn't with that. When KD was asked if Kyrie helped him make his decision, KD responded the way you'd expect KD to respond.
Everybody wanted to put their arms of protection around me, from people I didn't know to, you know, my best friend and Kyrie, you know, so I felt like everybody was real protective of me around this time. And I feel like they will continue to be that way, especially involving my health. But I make my own decisions.
I think that comment fell through the cracks a little bit, but could that be the beginning of a power struggle between the two? We may not fully know until KD is back from his injury, but what do you guys think? Will KD and Kyrie work out as a great 1-2 combo, or will there be a struggle for the crown on the team? And what do you think about the whole shade or slight shade that Kyrie threw at the Warriors when it came to KD's injury? Let me know in the comments below. It's been your boy Chris, and I tried to stay good throughout the entire video talking about the Nets. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.